First off, this quarantine sucks a little bit, but then there are some positives to it. I get to cook a lot more for my family. Today I'm making a deep dish Chicago-style pizza, and I'm going to use about 8 ingredients that I have on hand. No homemade pizza doughs. Pizza sauce I made from scratch, but yeah, I hope it's informative and helpful. So let's get started. So I'm going to use a cast iron skillet. I'm going to grease it so that when we put the dough in there, it doesn't stick to the pan, obviously. And then I'm going to do a Gruyere and roasted garlic chicken sausage, pepperoni, dry salami, and pork sausage for the meats. I'm a meat lover pizza. I'm not doing fresh mozzarella because the water will actually make your pizza soggy. I'm just doing low moisture mozzarella. There's a sauce that I made. I'm actually going to throw some broccolini, just the florets in there, and then a Pillsbury pizza crust. Actually, they turn out pretty good, even though they're kind of cheap and not homemade. So I've preheated my oven to 425, and now I'm going to start to roll out the dough. I threw it in the freezer for a little bit, so it's a little easier to work. And then I'm going to throw it in the pan, form it, and then start adding the ingredients layer by layer. And then we're going to go in the oven. So now I'm going to get the dough ready for the pan. Thing is, this dough comes in a rectangle shape. So it's kind of hard to fit into a rectangle or a circle pan. So I'm going to roll it out a little flatter. Then I'm going to use a lid, because I don't have like a ring mold to cut it, a lid of a stock pot to actually cut the circle in the shape, and then put it into the cast iron skillet. Alright, so as you can see, I put the dough inside of the pan. I've let the air out on the sides. Now I'm going to blind bake it, because we don't want to put our ingredients into the dough without cooking it for about 5 minutes first, or else it'll get really soggy and the dough won't cook very well on the inside of the pan. So I'm going to go in the oven at 425 for about 5, should keep an eye on it, about 5 minutes at most. Once you start getting color and you can actually touch it and it's not sticky, then you're good to go with all your ingredients. Alright, so pre-bake is done. I'm actually going to go in with the sauce, not too much, just enough to coat the bottom. Again, you don't want it to be too watery when you add everything in there and you cook it. Then I'm going to go back into the oven after repeating. So sauce, meat, cheese, broccolini, repeat until you fill up your pan. And meat, some broccolini, and cheese. And then I'm going to start layering it again in that same order, kind of. And like I said, we're going to go back in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes, because everything's already cooked. Now we just need to heat it up and melt everything. Oops. Alright, she's about to go into the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes, get a little bit of color, and then melt all the ingredients. So we'll see you in about 8 to 10. Alright, pizza's out. Got brown on the crust. Cheese is melted. Everything's cooked through. All you gotta do is give it about 5 minutes to sit. It's screaming hot right now. Cut into it like a pie and enjoy. So there you have it. Chicago style homemade pizza, deep dish, in a cast iron skillet. I hope you enjoyed. I hoped it was informative. Stay safe, stay inside.